Hey guys, this is Win100, and after a long wait, it's finally time to decide which Pokemon game is the best one of all time. So, before we do that, there's a lot of Pokemon games out there, so we've got to filter down a bit. It's only gonna be the main games, and we're only gonna use the most updated version. So, there's no point in using Pokemon Red, because there's Pokemon Fire Red. There's no point using Pokemon Gold because there's Pokemon Heart Gold. And when you think about it, Pokemon Heart Gold, you go to Kanto and Johto. So you don't really need Fire Red either. So let's say Pokemon Heart Gold. That's one contender for best Pokemon game. Now you go to Pokemon Ruby. That's a pretty good one. But there's Pokemon Omega Ruby. So that's where we're gonna have that one in there. Then we got, Pokemon White or Black, but, let's just go for the next one. Go for Pokemon White 2. And then in the newest generation, we've also got Pokemon Y. Now, some of you might be thinking right now, what about Pokemon Platinum? That was a good one, but, if it was that good a game, then why don't I own it? I feel like if it was really the best Pokemon game, I'd have bought it at some point. I mean, I have all these other ones. So it's not going to be in the running. It's between these four. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to needle it down a little bit more before we fully put the system into effect. So you got to look at what each Pokemon game brought to the table, something that only it has. For example, Pokemon Heart Gold. This one has 2 regions and lets Pokemon walk behind you. Omega Ruby, you get 2 bikes, you can tiptoe, and you have a dad. That's pretty cool, Not many Pokemon games give you a father. Pokemon White 2, it has lets you do that tournament where you fight old gym leaders, and that's kind of cool, I guess. That's not the best one. We'll come back to that. Pokemon Y. Pokemon Y gives you roller skates, which is pretty nice. Nope, it's faster than walking. Not as good as a bike. But so it looks like the worst game, looks like out of these, the worst one's either Pokemon White 2 or Pokemon Y. So let's see which one of these determines. As you know, the rule is it's 2 out of 3. So let's look at this. Alright, so as you know, Pokemon White 2 does have a lot more legendaries in it. It's a whole total arranged Pokemon. Pretty cool. Pokemon Y, there's only a few new ones there. Now, let's look at this again. Well, as you know, Pokemon Y is kind of garbage. So we're just going to put that one over there now. So now it's down to these final 3. Yep. Pokemon Heart Gold, Pokemon White 2, and Pokemon Omega Ruby. Let's see which of these is actually the best Pokemon game of all time. So I'm just going to try to take these cartridges, find them up here and here. I'll do this, and here we go. Alright, that's a point for Pokemon Heart Gold. That Pokemon Walk Behind You thing, it's pretty great. It's a really cool system. You get 2 regions. It's a fun game. Alright, if Pokemon Heart Gold wins another, then it is the best one of all time. If something else wins, then I guess we'll just see which has to get 2 first. And we've got them all lined up here, and well, it's not right. Well, the system will certainly do Pokemon White 2. It's a really solid game, You've got a lot of good stuff in there. You got the extra story from the old game. It's a great addition to the whole system. Alright, now we're gonna line these up again. Wow, this is a really even match here. I don't really know how to... Pokemon Heart Gold, there you go. Best Pokemon game of all time. It's got 2 regions. You get to fight Red, the Battle Frontier in there. It's just an amazing game. It's the best Pokemon game of all time. And I just proved it. It's like the old saying goes. First is the worst, second is the best. Remake of the second is the actual best, and everything else is garbage. It's the best Pokemon game of all time.